Hey everybody, welcome back to the Jersey Zone. We just got new releases from that Mitchell and Ness Blue Line series that I wanted to take a look at in this video. Now, I have covered this line before. I think it was a couple of months back whenever it first released, and in that video I was pretty harsh. I basically just complained about them the entire time, mostly because those online pictures made them look absolutely horrendous, which I did actually see one in person just the other day. I was around my local lids and I had time, so I decided to stop in and see what they have, which I usually do. You know, I want to see maybe there's a certain hat I want to pick up or something like that, but they did have one Mitchell and Ness jersey, and it was a Lanny McDonald one from the 1989 Stanley Cup Final, and that one, yeah, I had a right to complain about it. I was completely fair with saying how awful those jerseys looked because the colors themselves were fine on that specific jersey. However, the patches, the logo, the customization is all just awful. It is so bad. Anyways, with these new Mitchell and Ness jerseys, I wanted to do something a little bit different than I did in my last video where, like I said, I just complained about them the entire time. So what we're going to do is we're going to compare these jerseys to the replica jerseys they are throwing back to. For example, if they're throwing back to a Reebok era jersey, we're going to compare them to the Reebok Premier jerseys. So we're not going to be taking a look at any authentics like a Reebok Edge or game issued or game worn jerseys, nothing like that, because that would be pretty unfair, right? Like, you would basically be comparing a Fanatics jersey to an Adidas Made in Canada jersey, and obviously there's going to be a ton of differences there because they're made for completely different purposes. With these jerseys just being made for fans, I wanted to be a little bit fair and compare them to what would have been their counterpart at the time. And of course, I don't actually have any of these Mitchell and Ness jerseys in hand here because there's no way I'm spending $200 American, which is like $250 Canadian, just to get one of these Mitchell and Ness jerseys that I know I'm not going to like for this video here. I do not make enough money off of YouTube to do that. I don't make enough money in general to be able to do that. I wish I could, you know, that would be awesome, but yeah, for now, we're just going to be taking a look at the online photos from the Mitchell and Ness website, and we're going to be comparing them to some of the replica jerseys that I do have in my own collection, others from just online pictures as well. But yeah, I got about 6 or 7 comparisons to go through here, so before we do jump into it, if you guys are new to the channel and you like hockey jersey content, please make sure to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Alright, our first jersey here is the Edmonton Oilers 1996 white jersey. That's what they have it listed on the Mitchell and Ness website, and you know, is what I'm going to go by with all of these jerseys, but I'm not actually going to compare this one to any of the replica jerseys because the reason I bring this one up is that it's a super rare jersey. It is very hard to find. The Edmonton Oilers actually only wore this jersey for one season, the 1996 to 1997 season. The difference being the shoulder yoke went away after that season. I wanted to bring this one up because this was kind of why I was excited for the series. When Mitchell and Ness first teased this line, you know, a couple of months back, I think it was maybe 8 months to a year ago, something like that, but I was excited because when they did do that teaser, they showed the collar of a 2015 Washington Capitals Winter Classic jersey, and those jerseys are a little bit harder to find. They're not super rare or anything like that, but they're definitely on the rarer side, I would say. So before they did release this line, I was really hoping to see a ton of really hard to find jerseys, which they do have a couple sprinkled in this series here. A couple of them are very easy to find, but you know, some are on the rare side, like this one right here. But of course, with the quality, it just, you know, completely dimmed that excitement. I was just like, okay, I don't really care if they release hard to find jerseys because I'm not going to buy any of these, especially for the price that they are putting them up. But that being said, it is still kind of nice that they are doing, you know, a few rare jerseys here and there, because if there is an Edmonton Oilers collector out there that just cannot find this jersey for the life of them, then at least they do have a chance to buy it here, even if it is, you know, like I said, awful quality and everything like that. At least they could have it in their collection, so that is a little bit nice, I guess I would say. The next jersey that I want to talk about is the Hartford Whalers 1979 dark jersey, and immediately with this one here, you can see that the logo looks really small and super high up as well. And I was wondering, okay, maybe that's how they looked on the Hartford Whalers jersey back in the day, and I looked it up, and no, that's not how they looked. They looked regular, like they looked like a normal sized logo. So with this one here, I do want to compare it to my Fanatics vintage Hartford Whalers jersey. I think that is a very good comparison because, you know, obviously they're both made by the same company, or, you know, under the same umbrella. Mitchell and Ness is owned by Fanatics, so you can even see by the comparison of both of these Fanatic products, basically, the Fanatics vintage looks way better, at least in my eyes, comparatively to that Mitchell and Ness jersey, mostly due to the logo itself. That logo just looks absolutely awful on that Mitchell and Ness jersey. It looks way too small, and it looks like maybe it's just this jersey here. Maybe this is one of the bigger sizes, like an extra large or something like that. It is possible, but to me at least, it's still like, this is their promotional image, of course, so it should look like a good product, and it doesn't. And even that pucky shoulder patch looks a little bit off. Now, that could just be me thinking that basically every single aspect of this jersey looks bad because, you know, I don't really like it, but, you know, I see like that eye looks a little bit off. The smile like also doesn't look correct either. So yeah, I really don't like that. You know, basically the patches on this jersey, the shoulder patch and the main crest itself. The part that I do like about this Mitchell & Ness jersey though is the fact that they do have the full Gordie Howe name on the back of the jersey. Now, some of you might be thinking, why is the full name on the back of the jersey? That was never a thing. People don't wear their full names on the back. Well, technically, in 1979, Gordie Howe did actually wear his full name, as well as his sons, who he played with at the time, and that was the reason that he had the full name on the back of the jersey there. They didn't do any initials or anything like that, so I do like that aspect of the jersey. I think that is, you know, at least relatively neat that they kind of kept that consistency, but at least in my eyes, it doesn't really make up for the rest of the jersey. Moving along, I want to take a look at the Detroit Red Wings 2008 white jersey, and it's funny that they list this as a 2008 jersey when literally on the right hand side of the jersey it has the 2009 Winter Classic patch. So it's kind of just funny, right? Obviously it doesn't really matter what they have it listed as. It's just I found it humorous. This is another one where I'm kind of happy that they brought back because this is a fairly hard jersey to find. It is a little bit rare, that is for sure. And the one that I'm comparing it to, you can see that there is actually one pretty big difference in the collar itself. You can see that on the replica jersey, there is actually no NHL shield. And that was how they were made back in the day, which I honestly didn't know. I had to double check on the Hockey Jersey Discord if, you know, that's just how they were made. And apparently so, even though the game-worn jerseys and the authentic jerseys and everything like that do have the NHL shield, the replicas do not, which I thought was kind of strange, but also a little bit cool as well. The Mitchell & Ness jerseys have that NHL shield, probably to look a little bit closer to the actual game-worn jerseys, which I think is fine. That obviously makes sense. But if we go onto the back of the jersey here, this is where we can see a massive difference, and that is where the placement of that number 5 is. So obviously on those Mitchell & Ness jerseys, it is way too high up, man. It is not centered in that red stripe like it's supposed to be on the replicas and the game-worns and everything like that. So that is a massive difference, and it's a pretty easy fix. Like, I'm surprised that they didn't have it centered properly or anything like that. I don't know why they would go in that direction, but it looks really bad, honestly. Like, it does not look good. With the close-up image of the logos, there's not really a massive difference there because, you know, of course, it is one layer. Now, it is actually looks like stitched on the Mitchell & Ness jerseys. That's something that I did forget to check in person, if they were actually stitched onto the jersey or if it is just that faux stitching, which is very, very possible. You know, some jerseys do that, but I will give Mitchell & Ness the benefit of the doubt here and just say that they do actually stitch on the logos to the jersey itself, not like they did on the Reebok Premier here. However, the actual material of the logo looks a lot different. On the Mitchell & Ness, it is kind of like that vinyl, just really crappy quality. On the Reebok jersey, it looks like it's almost twill or something like that. I'm not very good with materials, I'll be completely honest, but it definitely looks like a higher quality material. And then with the patch, that is where you can really see the huge difference with this jersey here. On that Mitchell & Ness, it's just screen printed. Once again, it does not look good really at all, but it is embroidered on that actual replica jersey, so it looks a lot better, that is for sure. I don't know if the replica jerseys would have came with the patch at the time though, because, you know, with the Adidas jerseys nowadays, honestly, most of the specialty jerseys don't actually come with the patch, which is slightly annoying, even though the Fanatics ones usually do, and I don't really know why they do that. But anyways, as you can see, the Mitchell & Ness patches just don't look good really at all. The next one here is probably the most egregious one, at least in my eyes. It is the Washington Capitals 2005 dark jersey, so the Capitol building, and they just killed this thing, man, and not in a good way. Like, they just absolutely ruined this thing. When you compare it to the replica jersey, it is so much different. Take a look at the bronze. So the bronze in the replica has that kind of shiny material to it. It looks fantastic. It really makes the jersey pop. Comparing it to the Mitchell & Ness jersey here, where it is just dull, it's flat, it is so boring. I hate it. I absolutely hate this thing so much. Even the blue itself is not the correct shade. Like, that looks like a completely different shade of blue as well. I just absolutely despise this one here specifically. Like, I really don't like a lot of these Mitchell & Ness ones, but this one here is just so bad, man. Even if we take a look at the back of the jersey there, you can see with the customization, like, the letters and numbers kind of get lost in each other because they're all so light that bronze isn't dark enough to really stand out comparatively to the white and the light blue there. And to pile on top of it, that logo just looks so much worse comparatively to the replica. You know, of course, that Mitchell & Ness logo just being being that one layer vinyl, like just, some people have called it like a sticker. I know on the Hockey Jersey subreddit, one person posted a picture of the logo peeling after just one wash, and they said that they didn't even put it through the dryer, which is, you know, something that you don't do, by the way. If you put your jerseys through the dryer, probably stop doing that because it can ruin the logo pretty badly. But what they said in the post was how you're supposed to wash their jerseys, and the logo was still peeling off after just one wash. So yeah, the logo obviously just really doesn't look good at all, especially comparing it to that embroidered logo, that embroidered crest like it is on the replica. It looks just miles different. It is just so bad. The last one I want to take a look at here is the Edmonton Oilers 2005 dark jersey. Now, like the Hartford Whalers one, this logo does look a little bit too small and a little bit too high up. However, that's not the worst crime that this jersey commits. It is with the actual logo itself, the actual detailing of the crest, because on the original jersey, it has a shine, it has that sparkle to it. It looks so absolutely gorgeous. But of course, on this Mitchell and Ness jersey, like it is with all the other crests, it is just that vinyl crappy sticker, whatever you want to call it, and it just ruins the jersey. Honestly, it makes it look so ungodly bad. Like, I just feel awful for the average NHL fan who will see a jersey like this and go, oh, I remember the oil drop jersey when I was a kid or a young adult. I used to love those things. I'm going to get it for my collection, and not realizing that for the price that you're spending, you're getting awful, just horrendous quality. Like, if these jerseys were $100 American, I think I would be a little bit more lenient on them. Like, I still wouldn't suggest to buy them or anything like that, but I would be like, okay, you know, they're not as expensive as a Fanatics jersey or as an Adidas jersey. Like, the Adidas jerseys are 180 American, if I'm not mistaken. I'm Canadian, by the way, if you didn't realize, but yeah, I think they are 180. That is blank though, so obviously these ones are customized, but still, like, these being $200 American are just so ridiculous, man. I really just can't even fathom someone buying one of these. I just feel awful for anyone who does. These jerseys, in my opinion, are the bottom of the barrel of all of the NHL jerseys that have ever been made. Like, at least in my opinion, these are by far the worst of any actual legit NHL jersey. I think they are literally that bad. I really do despise these things. It really is so unfortunate because, like I mentioned at the start, I was kind of looking forward to these, to seeing some rare jerseys and everything like that. But yeah, these are just like unbelievably expensive for what they actually give you here. I don't even know if I would spend $50 on these jerseys, like $50 Canadian on these jerseys. Because, like, I don't like the Fanatics replica jerseys that they have out right now, but I would much prefer those jerseys comparatively to these Mitchell and Ness ones. It is just crazy to me. But anyways, that is going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel and follow me on all of my social medias. Links are in the description down below. But like I said, that is it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.